Hello again. Day 2 of this week of readings about the early life of Jesus. And today, the birth of Jesus. So let's read about that from Luke chapter 2, verses 1 to 3. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their town to register. Mary and Joseph, who are now married but not yet consummating their union, they live in Nazareth, Joseph working and Mary awaiting the baby's arrival. Then came the edict that could not be disobeyed from the Roman ruler, Caesar Augustus, of a census that is to be taken. This meant that Joseph had to get to Bethlehem, some 75 miles away, following a straight line to the south, but over hilly terrain. This must have been tough for heavily pregnant Mary. The story continues in Luke 2, verses 6 and 7. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no guest room available for them. It seems there was no extended family to put them up once they got to Bethlehem, and where they stayed was rough and ready, to say the least. But an angel was sent to tell a bunch of astonished shepherds, who duly responded and rushed off to see the baby. Let's read about it in Luke 2, verses 16 to 18. So the shepherds hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby, who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what they had been told about this child, and all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. I feel that although the shepherds obviously worked outside with the sheep rather than in a village or a town, a story as unusual as this would have been passed on by them to others, to others, to others, and Bethlehem is only about 6 miles from the temple in Jerusalem. So I'm pretty sure this very unusual news would soon have reached the larger town. As devout Jews, Mary and Joseph followed the rules set out in Leviticus for after a birth. So Jesus was circumcised at 8 days, and after 33, he was consecrated to the Lord at the temple in Jerusalem by the required animal sacrifices for a burnt offering and a sin offering, which in this case were the smallest possible offerings, suggesting that the Holy Family was not wealthy. At the temple, Mary and Joseph were surprised by the reactions of 2 of the people who meet Jesus there. The first one is the righteous and devout Simeon. So we'll continue verses 28 to 33. Simeon took the baby in his arms and praised God, saying, "Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace, for my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and the glory of your people Israel." The child's father and mother marveled at what was said about him. The second person who was so pleased to see the infant Jesus is Anna, a prophetess. So continuing in Luke, she never left the temple, but worshipped day and night, fasting and praying. Coming up to them at that very moment, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. Miraculous or what?
See the star pierce the darkness, shining hope to all the earth. See the sky blaze with glory, angels praise the Saviour's birth. See the joy, the dawning of the sun. Darkness flees, for love has come. The power of death will be undone. Christ is born.